Alright, looking at a pretty solid matchup here. On the left side, we've got the Bartlett shooter, Ethan Snyder, playing on the attack side on the first round of the match. And on the right team, orange team, we've got Gavin Sokol. I don't care anymore, is the message he presents. Looking at a first ban for Gavin on offense. Let's see who he bans. Ooh, and the Blarkbeard gets banned. Ethan's gonna get that second ban for offense.
I'm back, and I have the dream.
A Jackal ban for Ethan.
Oh, crap.
So far, both preferred attack operatives for both sides are banned, so... Unless we see a lot of Montaigne, this should be a cheese-free match. Legion. Banned by Ethan. Gavin to get that final ban on defense, taking a little bit of time to pick it, but at least it's not an instant lock like Conla has pulled in a previous match. Here comes the ban.
Cade.
Here goes
Oh,
Doctor. Alright.
got it.
It's a pretty standard ban against Ethan, I'd say. Ethan's primary operators are now off the board. Gavin, I guess he plays Legion every now and then. Not too much, though. Alright. Gavin has a bit of a disadvantage here on Bartlett University because Gavin has not really played the map much at all before. I think he's played it on Sledge Hunt a couple times, but that's not really enough to learn the map. Ethan has actually played a good bit of this map, and it's rather small, so it's not very hard to learn it. So, yeah, we're looking at a bit of an advantage for, innate advantage for Ethan here, but we'll see. Picking IQ against Jaeger, the GSG duel.
Sweating already.
Thongs loading.
Sweating real bad.
We actually haven't seen
Oh shoot.
a lot of Jaeger or IQ play.
God, I made a huge mistake. Okay.
And I do feel like Jaeger's a pretty okay pick in a 1v1 with the grenade shutdown. Which actually has... He's got more ADSs than he can actually use against the opponent, really. So... That said, the ADS will probably get shut down by IQ. Not that it really has a use against IQ, given that he doesn't have any grenades anymore. So, man, sorry IQ, got nerfed. Why? I don't really know. Looking at the Reading Room Library bomb site, a classic, even if it's not really the most defensive objective to have to hold, honestly. Got to be sitting with that deployable shield. I don't know where yet, though.
10 seconds left.
I cannot check Ethan's loadout till he spawns in. I was going to announce it. Just give me a second.
Uh-oh.
Attackers recovered the diffuser.
Ethan's playing with the FF2, sorry, 552 Commando with the P12 and Claymore. Again, setting up that turtle deployable, but it's still, looks like it's kind of open. Yeah, it's definitely open from, this window here. If he actually wants to, if Ethan were to peek through that window, that would be a definite death for Gavin. But I don't think we're going to see that. Unless we see it right now. Hold on.
To not hold angles.
A little bit of the old, gadget scanner real quick for Ethan enters. Scanning for cameras, but the camera that he needs to find is actually too far away to be spotted, so he's probably going to believe there's no cameras on him. Not that Gavin knows to check the cameras anyway. It's not really his strong suit. Tends to sit behind that shield, hold the angle the whole way through. Ethan's gonna enter right through the front door. Maybe it's a bait hit. Now Ethan's breaking that window. That is Gavin's vulnerability window. It's pretty bad for Ethan if Gavin watches that window a lot. Well, Gavin looks like the last second. Ethan's gonna get that quick peek. No kill. 2 shots too wide. Yes, Gavin, nice. Gavin's gonna hold that angle, get the first round on Ethan.
I didn't think I was gonna win that one right there.
That interesting deployable play. Given that his body was mostly unconcealed by it. Alright, switching sides. Ethan, Bartlett shooter on defense round, and Gavin, I don't care anymore on offense. Kind of like that objective.
No, 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 no.
Lion? And Gavin went from Lion, a pick that I don't necessarily expect or predict, but one that makes sense, I suppose. But
Attackers need to
he's actually going to switch off Lion with 4 seconds left in the prep phase to pick Ash, which is unseen for the most part. I haven't really seen Gavin play Ash before, but maybe he's good with her. Who knows? R4C with the Musock and a Breach. Ethan playing with that Frost 9mm
I don't know if there's anything that's fine.
bulletproof camera. Just want to point out here that Ivan used to date Alina, who used to play Frost, and now Ethan is playing Frost, maybe making a couple moves on Ivan's girl, so to speak, but, you know, that's all Discord politics. I don't really need to speak on all that. Oddly enough, Gavin's gonna find Ethan, but he's not gonna find the objective. Ethan's a good distance from that objective.
Okay.
It's pretty interesting to see something like that.
Frost.
He's going back to the objective. That may have actually been a really smart play against Gavin here, who doesn't know the objective at all, to bait out Gavin's drone and then kill it without revealing the objective's location. That's pretty smart. But we'll see if Gavin drones out a second time, which will... Oh my fucking god. You can hit the arrow keys and rotate the camera? Yo! If I had known this, wow, okay. The spectating experience would have been way more smooth for the viewer. I've got to apologize for not knowing that, but that's not one of the controls listed, so... That's huge, man. That's crazy, honestly. Alright, Gavin knows the objective's location. But Ethan does have the positional advantage with the height advantage, as well as the ability to flank from any real angle he needs. Just saying, this production got a little more high quality. You'll be seeing pretty good looking semis with the amount of discoveries I'm making. Wow, it makes sense you could rotate that camera, but I really didn't expect it. Interestingly enough, Gavin's actually going to breach the hatch on B objective. May have forgotten that stepladder operators are not a real thing yet, and he cannot go through the hatch that he has popped from below. If he wants that angle on Ethan, it's still a pretty bad idea. It's a lot harder to get a kill from below a hatch than above it. But maybe he's not thinking about that right now. Ethan's lining up a bit of an angle on the stairway here. Unluckily for him, Gavin is not making any advances on it, so...
Here's little feet.
So far, 2 minutes burnt on the clock, no advances.
This is so fucking boring. This is such a bad place to...
Speaking of no advance, that's a pretty good 21 Savage song. Here comes the first engagement. Wow! Ethan messed up that kill dramatically, losing him his second round in a row. Ethan should not have lost that one.
If you didn't move around so much, I wouldn't have known where he was, but he was just fucking stomping around.
I must even get that 21 Savage song on the mic real quick. No advance, I believe is what it's called. It's quite good, at least I believe. For all you Cogalinas out there who hate the sound of 21 Savage, you might wanna take off the earphones real quick.
I'll probably lose this one, but...
Save yourself the trouble. It's gonna take me a little bit to find the song. Where the hell is it?
Oh, this is a bad place for this. Oh well.
Oh, here it is. I'll probably put this real quick right here.
Attackers have located a bomb.
It's not as good as I remember being. Maybe it picks up our time or something. I don't know.
Discovered the location of a bomb.
Nothing really has happened so far here in the prep phase. I'll turn this off in the prep phase after prep phase ends. Yeah, same objective that Ethan played, but now Ethan has Nomad and Gavin has Capcom. Gavin hasn't actually set up any of the EDDs yet, which is a pretty good play against the drone that is active on objectives. That was the first one. Ethan's... Alright, interestingly enough, Ethan... I guess he's gonna keep that drone alive somehow. I really thought that was it for the drone, but no, he snuck it in at the last second, keeping himself afloat here. Smart move, Ethan's gonna conserve that drone and allow him to spot out the EDDs before he enters, which is a good play for him. Interesting visual bug here. I can't see Ethan's gun. So... I guess I'm going to spectate him only right now, because I do want to see him play with that no weapon. Also, speaking of weapons, Ethan is playing with the ARX instead of the AK-12, which makes him... Or not the AK-12, but the AK, which makes him the sweatier player here. Oh, there comes the gun. That bug is ruined. Wait, did Gavin get that drone in the last second? No, he did in fact kill that drone, so Ethan's not going to use it. Bad call on my part, I didn't see that. Ooh, Gavin's going to miss that drone, it's going to slip by him. Ethan's getting all the intel he wants before he gets in that room. If I was Ethan right now, I'd be coming up that... Here, I'm going to adjust the angles. I'd be coming up that staircase, and I'd want to put an air jab on that door on the right and that door on the left, and he's going to have a stalwart defense there. A little way into the objective without getting air jabs is going to be blowing down the wall. Looks like he's doing exactly what I said. Yep, alright. Giving him a clean objective take here. His only real fear should be this wall right here, should Gavin come to blow it open with his impacts, which he might. But he does have a Claymore down to counter that, if it'll matter. He's gonna fake the plant, which I find kind of interesting given that he has 2 air jabs. With the double air jab strategy, he doesn't even need to fake the plant. If Gavin comes through either of those doors, he has time to actually put away the diffuser and still land the kill. Alright, Gavin's gonna take what's looking to be honestly an impossible retake, but he does have a minute to pull it off, so let's see if he does it. Sets up an air jab on the diffuser. Let's see Gavin's perspective. Sees that Claymore, gonna pop the Claymore. Rotates around. Little does he know he's about to walk into an air jab either doorway. It's catastrophic for his success.
Oh, shit.
Oh, the air jab actually blew him back. Bad reactions for Gavin. He turns around to check behind him when Ethan's approaching directly from the objective.
Somebody I don't know.
Not a good reaction. I think if he had actually watched the doorway that Ethan has to come from, he might have been able to actually land the kill there. But alas, you know, it's Gavin's like one of Gavin's first couple times against Nomad, so it's gonna be a guaranteed win. 1-2. I apologize if I don't talk very much during the pick phase, but there's only 2 things that change that are worth talking about, so I'm probably gonna take drinks and get ready to talk a lot. Alright, Capitao and Capcom locked in. Ethan with Capcom, Gavin with Capitao. Interestingly enough, we've seen both players here say play a lot of Capcom on these defense rounds. Though, even odder enough, we've seen no traps get set off yet. As a matter of fact, well, the Capcom play we've seen throughout the entire tournament, I've barely seen any traps get set off.
Oh, he's getting salty, dude. Oh, God.
Interesting shenanigans here in the prep phase. A lot of talk assault, but not a lot of drones getting destroyed, that's for sure. First EDD mounted. Or maybe that's second. I really forget that Capcom has 5 instead of 3. But, you know, oh well. Gonna get a quick spot on all the Capcom traps here. Looking at 1 through the reading room doorway, 1 through the reading room window, another one the library entrance, this 4th one going down the front door. He's got one left over to really put wherever he really wants, because he's got all of his main entrances covered, so this last one's just a bit of fluff. Alright, he's going to put it in the connector between the two objectives. Ooh, a Claymore to assist himself from the run out here. Looks like he's going to be breaking the B objective window. Ethan's creeping a little bit. Going upstairs, Ethan is. I guess he's looking for some vertical play against the B objective, which wouldn't be that stupid. It'd actually be a pretty smart play, especially against an inexperienced map player like Gavin is. But it looks like that's. I can't tell if that's what he's. No, it's not what he's doing. He's going right back downstairs to the first sign of gunfire.
Is he a fucking Kate? Or whatever the. Oh no, wait, those aren't out yet. I was thinking he's
Trying to
playing
show you
Mossy.
that. Trying to show you those. What's one over here? Look at that. Look at that. Like hole in between the two walls. It's
Why is
pretty
my drone
interesting.
moving?
What?
He's
Get.
Cab cam. What the fuck? Why is my drone moving?
Gavin's driving himself insane. I don't even know what he's talking about anymore. He kind of briefly claimed that Ethan was playing Mozzie, which is it's just false. Let's be real here. And he also says adrenaline, which is also false. So I don't really know what he's talking about. Ethan's spending a lot of time upstairs, which is kind of interesting, given that he knows Gavin is just waiting outside in that window. He has been the entire round, as a matter of fact. He's not made a single move away from that window. Spent 2 minutes there, as a matter of fact. Smokes the window. Breaches the trap. Ethan gets the follow-up. Quick round. Easy win. Two to 2. Ethan on attack, Gavin on defense.
That's I'm sure Gavin's going like, oh my god. Oh my god. I'm gonna go with the Nomad Claymore strat. You don't think that was a sweaty round, Daniel? Oh well. I felt sweaty. I feel extremely
Defenders, protect your bombs
This
from
other
being
statement
defused by
false. Which
attackers.
one? The one that I said I felt sweaty? Or the one that Nomad is sweaty?
What the hell am I? Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
Ooh, that's extremely sweaty. I refused. I might go later on, but I won't go currently.
I may get banned mid-tournament. I called Ethan retarded in chat, and that is not allowed.
Alright, fuck that.
Oh my god, yeah. You can say mentally retarded, but you can't say retard. So yeah, you just gotta type out mentally retarded from now on.
Bomb located by attackers. 10 seconds left before
Type out
insertion.
mentally retarded.
Oh shit.
5 seconds remaining.
Alright, match's gonna start here after a fairly bland prep
Attackers
phase.
have recovered their
I don't know why
defuse.
you moved. I didn't
Attackers'
see.
objective is to defuse.
Real quick, I'm gonna check my controls, make sure I'm not missing anything.
Oh, drone escape! Oh.
Zoom in, up and out, toggle player view, cycle AR setting, follow players, yep. Alright, I'm not really missing anything besides the fact that I can just spam, like this. Which looks kind of funny, but I guess I'll keep doing that. Anyway, Ethan's gonna be slowly creeping up on that A objective while Gavin slowly turns himself down in that kitchen objective. Again, I guess for the... Is this his third defensive round? I don't really... Ethan's got one Nomad. Is this second? I think so. If this is Gavin's... Is that possible? Is it possible for it to be Gavin's second defense round? I guess... No, it has to be his third, so... I'm totally glossing over one of his defense rounds. I don't remember what he did on it. Alright, hold on. Let's map it out. So it goes Gavin's on attack and he wins. Ethan's on defense and Gavin wins. Then Gavin loses twice in a row. And I guess this would be defense, that would be offense. Wins on attack, wins on defense. Loses on attack, loses on defense. That doesn't add up either, because this is, alright, whatever, who gives a fuck. Either way, Gavin turtles a lot, as we've seen with the deployable shields, but this one doesn't seem a very successful turtle strategy in his eyes. He's immediately going to abandon it, which is, for a good reason, it's pretty unsecure, let's be real. Let's get a view of that deployable from many angles. That one's a wrong, bad angle. Get this straight up view. Ethan's going to be approaching from the library. Gavin's going to be in the connector between A and B, but there is no rotation yet. Set up a couple air jabs in those doorways, keeping Gavin on lock. One on stairs. One left over. He's going to put it. What is he doing? Put it on the library door. Gavin has kind of revealed his position to Ethan, which is a pretty bad move to shoot through that door, because he's not going to breach it, and he's going to have to go through either the Claymore doorway there. Wow. I'm very surprised that he managed to... he shot the lasers, didn't destroy the Claymore. So he's not going to be allowed to enter yet, which he hopefully notices, but... If Ethan just commits to a bit of a hide here, he can probably get the victory. As a matter of fact, if he plants, he can force Gavin to go enter the room, which is going to net him a win, but he's going to get a little aggressive with those movements into a firefight.
Oh my god.
Luckily, he wins it, but it was pretty iffy to follow up on that. He really could have just gotten the win right there. Especially with the the triple air jabs set up on every entrance, but oh well.
He's on the right of it the whole time.
Kind of stupid for him, but you know, that's oh well, oh well.
I'm just gonna continue to switch objectives that messes with Gavin's head. I feel like that works pretty well. Okay. Hopefully this time Gavin won't fall for it.
Defenders, protect your bombs from being defused by attackers.
I sure it's something that's pretty funny. Anyway, prep phase begins. Ethan playing Capcom, Gavin playing Ash. I believe this is a repeat of one of Gavin's attack rounds. One that he actually won, I think. Don't quote me on that. Anyway, set up. Is that 2 EDDs? Yeah, it's 2. Where's the second one? Oh, okay. One on the window between trophy room and the roof to the right, I suppose, and the one between the map room and A site.
Okay, I got one. That's all I need.
Also standard.
I have no idea where it's at.
But he still has a couple more traps to set up. Looks like I missed another one. I hate finding these.
5 seconds left.
You'd think there's not a lot of places you can put them, but I suppose he surprised me. Oh, there's the other ones. On this window here between outside and B. I forgot what B is called, actually. Anyway. He's going to be setting up another EDD. This time I saw it, and it's on the entrance to lounge. Or the entrance to piano, depending on how you look at it. Gavin looking to breach directly into A site. Now, if Ethan was... Oh, this might count as the EDD. It's breach charge. Let's see. I don't remember if that's how it works, but I think it's how it works. Looking to reposition before blowing that one up, though. What's he doing up there? I guess he's getting ready to go through a window or something. Here's what I would suggest for Ethan. If he ever learns where Gavin's going and knows there's a Capcom trap, he could just keep himself with a like a small line of sight onto that window, and after Gavin breaches and takes the damage from the Capcom trap, which was sending out about half, maybe, I think, for Ash, he's going to actually take 60. And then he releases an impact onto Gavin, which will kill him. That's how I would do it. Secures the kill, and it, you know, is 100% safe. There's no way he dies from that. Alright, Gavin's finally going to set off that, that barricade before that does not blow up the EDD. I thought that was an interaction, I was pretty sure of it, but I guess I'm wrong. Looks like he might breach through this window, but if he does, it's definitely going to be a death in Ethan's 4th win. Let's see if he does it. Nope, Ethan's going to spray through that window, going to stop Gavin from even trying to enter. If I was Ethan in that situation, I probably would have waited for Gavin to enter just because he seems so sure of the entry, but, you know. I suppose Ethan expected to win that, so that was maybe a smarter play for him. Maybe a smarter play in his eyes, but in my eyes it was stupid. Walks right into the angle, 3-3. Gavin gets a quick kill.
Oh my god, look at that aim.
A little bit of salt on Ethan's side, actually. I don't think Ethan was expecting to go 3-3 against Gavin. I think he wanted this straight stomp, but not going his way so far. That's for sure.
I think I stick with the man, just because the man cheats. Oh, yeah, you're right.
Ooh, is he trying to play Blitz?
If we're measuring salinity on both sides of the field here, Gavin's at probably a solid,
Defenders, protect your bomb.
maybe, you know, 0.1. Ethan's actually off the charts right now. I can feel the rage resonating within him. He hasn't acted on it yet, but with the blitz pick, you maybe saw a little bit of that peeking out. A couple comms, which would prove rage, but, you know. So far, no definitive evidence. I'll be right back. I'm going to this round play from a strictly Gavin point of view.
Attackers have located a bomb.
I think I just destroyed it. That's it. Yeah, I definitely did just destroy it.
10 seconds left before insertion.
Oh, I fucking thought it was 3
5 seconds to go.
I guess I now have to research it.
Attackers recover the diffuser.
He heard
Attacker's
that.
objective is to defuse a bomb. Bomb has been located.
Luckily for me, it was maybe the most boring 30 seconds to miss, so, yeah. Just fortunate for me. Once again, ooh, that's not actually to be Gavin who's going upstairs, making me think that someone's going to try vertical play for the first time, but in reality, neither of them are trying vertical play, and I don't think they will. They don't know this map very well either. Looks like Ethan's going to enter into a library, which is actually called a lounge, but let's be real, it's not a lounge, that's a library. Gavin's holding actually a pretty smart angle for the defensive A site, but so far we've seen most assaults go to B objective on this setup. Gavin's famous deployable this time was actually a setup. I see two main defenses for Gavin here, which is typically we see a deployable in a corner or somewhere that's directly parallel to a door. And then he either sits behind the deployable, if he's playing as someone who isn't alibi. If he's alibi, he puts an alibi behind the deployable and then sits in another corner. Or he just places anyone else, and he just abandons the deployable, and it's set up there as a temporary bait. Half the round is burnt, and nothing has happened. Doesn't even bother shooting the camera. Maybe actually a smart play. He knows Gavin won't get on those cams. He doesn't want to give away his position quite yet. Smart play's gonna net him a couple air jabs. Securing the objective take. Ooh, shot by the Jaeger. ADS. A pretty foolish mistake, given he definitely could have seen that one coming, but he missed it. Abysmal Claymore. Abysmal Claymore. That's not gonna catch Gavin, even if Gavin literally was blind. If Gavin turned to Helen Keller, he would still be able to suss out that Claymore before walking into it. Shameful, Ethan. Shameful.
He's planting.
I think he also put another air jab on, like, a door, or a window or something. It definitely was not a doorway. Gonna watch from outside the objective, which is kinda... That's fair enough. Maybe a more secure play for him. Oh, okay, so what he did was he air jabbed the window, and now he's gonna defend from the window, so Gavin can't rush him down by going through the window. This would be so smart if he went outside to kill Ethan, but it looks like he's not gonna try it or really check it. But if he did that, that would have been a guaranteed win, unless he walks into that Claymore, which he had, you know, as anyone expected, did not hit the Claymore. Looks away. Catastrophic. Easy win.
Oh, he's outside, sweaty boy.
He didn't have to lose that round, but he looked away at a pretty inopportune time. Can't make him some sweat accusations. Probably a little bit mad that he got outplayed there. Had he shot that drone, or had he checked outside, he would have 100% shut down the entirety of that Ethan's play right there. But yeah, whatever. Interdimensional comms let me know that Colin, in fact, wants to listen in. Let's move Colin into comms.
Alright, there we go.
Colin, join the comms.
But Colin, if you're listening in right now, which you definitely are.
Colin, don't talk. You're not on mute.
Oh, my stride.
Alright, you're good.
Yeah, Gavin sweat.
Unless you just took yourself on mute, scumbag.
It's not really affected me that much. It affected me in the first rounds, I'll give Gavin that.
Attackers need to locate.
Ethan's trying to give Colin the rundown, but I'll give him a more accurate rundown. Currently it's 4-3. It's been... So far, it's been pretty definitive that neither of them really know this map. The defensive strategy's been relatively loose. You've seen the same classic Gavin strategy defense where you set down a deployable shield in a corner, and you either stay on that shield or you walk away from the shield immediately. It's all I've seen, but oh well. This is probably Ethan's first Maestro round, actually, which is surprising. The bands we saw were, I believe it was Jackal, Blackbeard, Legion... I can't remember the last one, but it wasn't important. You have to be playing Classroom, and I guess that is also Library. It's upstairs Library, that's what I know. This could be the first time I see an objective that it's not either Trophy Room or default Library, but oh well. 4-3, 8th round. Ethan up 4, Gavin up 3. I don't believe that's how up works, but oh well.
Attackers are moving to defuse a bomb.
Alright. Maestro, Ethan, against Gavin, Montaigne. Should be a pretty definitive win for Gavin here with the Montaigne playing a 1v1. It's gonna take a big slip up, like how bad does the slip have to be? It's gotta be like Michael losing outside as Montaigne kind of slip up, because that was bad. That is the peak of bad play. Alright, Gavin's gonna enter right through the main door here, looking to get upstairs through the library stairway, which is gonna be a pretty tight area to try to get into, again, given that Ethan's gonna set up quite a bit of defense. Nope, he's actually gonna go to the other stairwell. I don't know what this one's called. East Stairs, for all you who know the Bartlett callouts, which no one probably does, given this map does not exist in the pool anymore. Looking to enter right from the hallway in a classroom, avoiding Ethan's defenses on the upstairs library. Breaks down that barricade, it's gonna be maybe a little difficult for Ethan to retake against the Monty. Interesting shots in the barricade there. He didn't really move his crosshairs, so that he just kind of shot 2 holes in. Takes 2 mags to open that barricade. Gavin tried to deflect the bullets, I guess, but here comes the first fight. Ooh. Oh. Oh. So, definitely more aggressive on Gavin than most Montaigne players, but he's gonna lose. Gavin's in fact gonna lose that engagement because while both players missed almost all of their shots, Ethan does have the extended mag from the LMG, allowing him to get that headshot over time.
Try top.
To clarify,
Oh.
Ethan did not land a single shot until that headshot in that fight there. That said, 5-3 could be match point for Ethan if he closes this round out well. If he wants that easy win, he'll probably be picking Montaigne. No, he's gonna be playing Nomad. To clarify, the last defensive operator I meant to talk about, he banned Doc and yeah, it was Doc. That was the last one who I did not talk about.
I feel like the Ubisoft developers wanted that, because otherwise it'd be extreme cheese.
Attackers need to locate and defuse.
Ethan making some interesting callouts. He says that that the developers in fact made it intentional that the air jab could not launch someone into a claymore. But let's be real, that's stupid because that doesn't make sense. The air jab, it doesn't need a claymore to confirm the kill in the first place. The gun is probably better than a claymore. I don't think it was built to avoid claymores than so much as it just wasn't built to do the thing. Kinda stupid of him to say, but it's Ethan, so. I mean, I don't think it was, you know, what should we do to the air jab to make it less strong? Make it go away from the claymore. I don't think that was the case. I'm pretty sure it's just natural chain of events on how the air jab works that makes it inefficient to the claymore.
Oh, the frost.
10 seconds left before
Frost been revealed.
Frost.
I don't think Ethan has spotted any no, he saw let's think. Saw one welcome mat. I don't think he saw both though. That's probably, where even are those welcome mats? Hold on. One welcome mat at the top of the staircase. I can't even find the other ones.
Wait, you know, I knew.
Are they on objectives? I'm looking hard, but I cannot find a single welcome mat. Huh, I don't know what he did with them. I hope he didn't like set him down and break it. Oh, there's another one in the hallway connector between A and B. And no, yeah, still no welcome mats. Okay, he's got a welcome mat down that I have not spotted at all yet, and I was looking hard. So you know, maybe I'm blind, maybe yeah, whatever. Ethan looking to enter from downstairs library up that staircase. Gonna be detrimental if he tries it. Definitely gonna be a loss. Gavin's got it pretty well defended. Ethan looking to find an entry here, but his lack of map knowledge is kind of kicking his butt. A lot of windows that are made of steel, so you can't breach them, but he's going to find the very first soft window he's seen on second floor, but he's not going to go for it. Looks like he might enter from the, I mean, that's a garage door, but it goes into a cafe. I don't know why there's a garage door there. I haven't really put much thought into it, but, you know. It is a cafe with a garage door. I find that kind of interesting. I'm gonna drone out here before entering. Pretty smart against the frost, but may not save him by the end of the match, the end of the round. I say end of the match, but I've forgotten that in fact end of the match if Ethan wins. It's gonna be a much shorter match than the previous, but that's just a given. Gavin holding a nice melee hole on to watch A. And if Ethan thinks the setup that Gavin has set up is cheese on A objective, he is not going to be happy once he goes on to B, which is much more cheese. It's got multiple welcome mats, all of the barbed wire, and he's got, I mean, a bigger line of sight overall. If I was Ethan, I think it'd be smarter to push on to A, actually, but you could even pop the barricade, shoot an air jab into a connector room, and Gavin would be pretty much helpless to get back on that objective. As long as he doesn't die to a frost mat, it's a guaranteed take. But no, it looks like he's going to rotate back around to B. Gavin's trying to watch both objectives, but he's leaning a little more to watching that same door that Ethan wants to enter from. Probably going to take this round as soon as he doesn't throw the shots. Here it comes. Yep, he's gonna get that kill. 5-4. Gavin with 4 points. Ethan still at 5.
Oh, damn, confirmation already.
I don't think that was me. I think that was Con.
Pretty good for both players here, but oh well. Match point on Ethan's side still. Maybe a much tighter match than we had previously expected. I just spilled a little bit of water, so oops. Hold on. I've got paper towels for this exact reason. Gotta lift my monitor up real quick. Alright, hold on. Spilled it on my chair. Might have to be doing a kneeling commentary from now on. Hold on. I'll be right back real quick.
Accidentally went false kind of cheese. Not really though.
Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs.
Just gonna set that here.
Yeah,
Oh.
that's right.
He's right above me. Oh no, he's right there. No, yeah, he is right above me then. Hello, Pulse. Nope. Got him already gone.
Runs away.
Okay, well, he's main entrance.
Alright, I have a towel now. But this chair's gonna be pretty wet, so I don't really want to sit in it. Or sit on it, so I'm gonna lay the towel down here, wipe up a bit of a spill.
New strap time.
Okay, I'm gonna be doing a little bit of standing commentary from now on. I might have to kneel actually to get myself in front of this microphone. Hold on.
5 seconds left.
Alright, I'm a little crouched down. My angle is definitely worse,
Covered their diffuser. Attackers
but
are moving out.
I'm still able to see the screen, so.
Oh, cool. He's freaking using cameras.
I know exactly what's going on.
Gavin's mad that Ethan's using cameras, which is a interesting complaint.
Spotting me. Stop.
It's the first time I've seen someone call cameras sweaty before. I guess Ethan did call Valkyrie Cam sweaty, so.
He's just holding down X. This is so stupid.
Ethan's gonna be a little smart with that scanner, trying to track Gavin to the door. He gets the spot, but it's not a very long spot. If he follows up on this successfully, this will be a quick round for Ethan, and an easy kill. Still bargain hunting with that cardiac sensor, but wow, Gavin's evading it. Gavin's gonna wait by the front door, going for a quick drone before entry. Ethan's retreating back to his objectives.
Bomb located by attackers.
I project that Ethan is probably actually going to win this one, simply because it's a lot harder to be an attacker on a map you don't know. And Ethan actually does have knowledge of this map, and he's on the... Oh, hold on, here comes a fight. Ethan's probably a little bit too close for comfort to be using that cardiac sensor against Gavin. He's on the other side of the wall, but he's going to put it away, go back upstairs. Gavin might be trying to go in from downstairs library, which would definitely be a death sentence. There's no way he's going to win that engagement. Too much of an angle to hold for one man to do. This is really hurting my legs, or my feet really. Just sitting on my toes like this. Hold on. No, this is just uncomfortable, but oh well. The match must go on. I'm not gonna call it off just because I spilled water like an idiot. Use code DanielIdiot in the comment section to call me out for free, I guess. He's gonna be holding down the A objective while Gavin enters from downstairs library, which I had previously said was a terrible idea. But it looks like he's gonna try pulling it. Oh, okay. So he mistook downstairs library for an objective when in reality the objective is upstairs. The plays he's made up to now seem a little more logical when you factor that in, but gonna smoke the stairs. He's smoking. Okay, he's smoking both focal points of the stairs. He's trying to drown Ethan out of that intel. Ethan's gonna adjust angles, give him a pretty good sight line onto the stairway. Getting greedy with that scanner. Oh, did a little bit of damage to Gavin with the nitro cell. You would have thought that would have been a kill, but Gavin's a little too far down on the stairway to get hit by that. Wow, running at him. If he hadn't run at him, that might have been Ethan's win. But now we're gonna enter overtime for the second time throughout the entire tournament.
I just don't want to shoot him.
What?
me a second.
Oh,
If I can move this
yeah, that's
towel.
right. It's overtime. Boy, it's 2 overtime matches in one day.
If Gavin could stop doing the commentating for me, I would greatly appreciate it. Just sitting out of my chair for one damn second doesn't mean you can fucking take my position, you damn bitch. Anyhow, back to the chair.
Does this wait?
So
Does this mean we have to go to 7?
Pretty moist, but you
Somebody
know,
has to
oh
win
well.
2 matches, right?
Who cares if the chair is moist? Doesn't really matter. Got Ethan on Frost, Gavin on Ash. I'm fully aware that Gavin has asked me a question. I've decided not to enter it because I explained it pretty well last match. At least I thought I did.
Hello, Franz. Goodbye, Franz.
Plus, I mean, he's got the idea. He was correct, so I don't really feel like correcting him anyway.
Okay, remind myself. Frost.
Gavin's definitely trying to keep that Frost in mind so he doesn't get domed by a mat, which would be a shameful loss in overtime, honestly. Would almost be as bad as that overtime loss, where Michael is outside as Montaigne and lost to a running T'Chaka. You don't want that on your permanent record, but Michael does, so... I'm actually going to remind everyone in the match real quick that Michael
10
lost.
seconds left before insertion. 5 seconds remaining. Attackers recovered the bomb diffuser. Attackers are heading out to defuse a bomb.
God, I hate the freaking camera, dude. I have no idea where the camera is.
Gavin's still flipping out with that camera, but Ethan really just wants that objective spot. Not going to be messing with him by mass skating like he did before. If Ethan was smart, he would actually break that front door, maybe try to get a quick peek on Gavin, keep the pressure on him, but he's not going to. Ethan's stupid, so... I'll be right back. Again.
It got me before I went through the window. I was gonna shoot it as I went in. It got me before I went in. What? It does that now? Or is that just a
I don't think
glitch?
he's gonna fall for that strat again, but it doesn't matter. I should hopefully be able to win the round. As long as I don't choke, which I've been recently doing a lot. My hands are a little shaky, not gonna lie. Not too shaky. Just
I'm salty, man.
alright. Now I could confuse it.
I thought you could jump in and look down and shoot it real quick.
What I missed?
Oh, I gotta finish off the Montaigne.
I missed a victory for Ethan.
Ooh, let's go.
Looking to close it out as Montaigne. I hope that was an entertaining round without commentary. I apologize, but I was out getting food. And now I have food.
Take my fair turn with Montaigne.
It's not a burger, so it probably won't be that entertaining to listen to on a microphone, but here comes a bite anyway.
But there's always that chance. Appears to be up here.
Attackers have discovered the location of a bomb.
Oh, he's freaking making loser holes. Doesn't matter though, Montaigne.
They're pretty good. Yeah, they're pretty good.
Oh no, under.
Alright.
We're good. Oh, crap.
I rate my game like maybe like a 7, 8 out of 10. If the burger was a 10, this would definitely be an 8. Pretty good.
Actually, I'm on pizza, it doesn't really matter. No, I don't want to make Gavin run away from his hiding spot.
10
Oh,
seconds to go.
Oh. I gotta get up there.
5 seconds remaining.
Ethan's contemplating what strat he should be running as a Montaigne here, but
Attackers
in reality, it doesn't matter what he does. He's basically an S tier 1v1 operator. He's guaranteed to get a victory, assuming he doesn't die to Conlon.
I can't shoot it. Where the camps are.
So it doesn't know it's kind of the tricky. Thanks for the minutely reminder.
Bad playing is Montaigne. And he lost.
This is a
Run out to jump.
bad idea.
I'm guessing that was common.
I'm gonna do it.
Insane.
anyways.
Really trying to
blows the
make
hatch
it
open
let
on
Gavin
the
know that playing Montaigne.
It is sad.
That's a little P image.
Ethan's reading more into it than Gavin ever will, so he shouldn't be worried.
I mean, I'll probably
But-
find out soon enough. So
You know,
it
if you
doesn't
type in
matter,
Chief
but
Team
you
Cat
get
to
the
this
point.
team chance
So just VM.
to us. Oh, okay. Alright, I was gonna ask you if that was a glitch before, or if they changed that.
You probably
here
could
comes
just
Ethan.
break his out loud montages. Yeah. Oh no, that's a fake one. I forgot that.
Actually, Gavin hasn't heard anything yet. This upstairs position in the deployable shield is about.
Oh shit! I didn't fucking.
Once again, it falls into the exact same strategy I've been talking about for most of Gavin's rounds. I've talked about it in his Ivan match. I've talked about it this match.
Shot that poor painting's head off.
I tend to bring it up whenever he does it. He puts the deployable shield down, hides behind that deplorable. It's what he does every single time.
His little piggy hole. His little piggy hole.
Always what he does, and I suppose you do gotta be a little cautious about it, but in reality, you can use it to your advantage for the most part. If you have a frag operator, just throw a frag behind that shield. As long as he's not Jaeger, you will either kill him or draw him out, or you'll at least learn his true position, so. Anyway, gotta stop talking about strats here. Here comes the true fight, 1v1. Montan versus Alibi. This could be big.
Keep your distance.
If Ethan gets his cheese round as a victory, it will be, that'll be it. That's the match. So, depending on how you want this one to play out, you might be rooting for Ethan, you might be against Ethan's victory here, but, one thing's for sure, and that's what we're gonna be here for quite a little bit.
This is gonna go on forever.
As long as Gavin keeps a strong defense against Ethan, Ethan will not be able to get the plant, and the timer will run out, granting Gavin a quick, clean victory.
Go away!
It's constantly alright. I can't do anything, and I know I'll probably lose.
No.
Here comes the first pick, but nothing happens. Looks like Ethan is trying to run that mag down. Wow, this is gonna be this is just wow. So,
I know he's hurt. I hit him once.
all right, I'm not gonna talk much about that. We all saw it. There's not much to say besides that was bad for Ethan, like terrible for Ethan. Let's watch Ethan's perspective. I expect to see more play like that.
Oh, now he's screwed.
And he's probably regretting that unextend. Oh, here comes the melee. Misses the melee. Lit to hell, but the count is lit half as well. Gonna be a shameful loss for Ethan. It's kind of it's weird seeing both of these Montaigne players who unextend and get hit 20 times. Then the enemy empties their mag, and then they finally then they re-extend after they empty their mag.
I want to see the
I don't
expectation of that.
I don't understand why
Also,
both Montans have done it so far, but it's stupid. It kills yourself when you should be getting an easy victory out there. If you would just not blow your ammo until they're out of ammo. Once they're reloading, you can get an easy win. But both Michael and Ethan have just messed up what should be easy rounds. So
can't talk anymore.
it's real sad. Ethan appears to be AFK. I don't believe he'd ever pick up Black Operator unless he was AFK, so.
Defenders, protect your bombs from being defused by attackers.
Yeah, he's AFK. Now he's back.
Attackers have
This
discovered
is-
the location of a bomb.
Okay,
Been
Castle.
quite the change of pace since the I gotta sneeze. It's been a big change of pace from last match where we saw a lot of good play from both players, but ultimately Michael's panic cost him that match.
10 seconds left.
This time around, we're going to see subpar play from both players, and it's just going to be bad play that leads to all the losses, really.
Attackers recovered the diffuser. Attackers are heading out to defuse a bomb.
Say what you will about both players, but
I was wrong.
the most important takeaway is that Ethan's a bad Montaigne. He really should not have lost that. That was just...
Can I
If I was Ethan right now, I would be
If I can, then
profusely like apologizing, since according to Ethan, it's very chat to apologize. So I'd be asserting my chatness by apologizing a lot for being terrible at this game.
that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11? What? I thought they changed that.
One could argue that Ethan's 2-0 win streak is honestly a little undeserved. When you think about it, Ethan has had one round against Ivan, who is just... We've all seen Ivan play, I don't need to say any more than that. And then he played Colin, who threw his match, so... In reality, he hasn't actually won that many rounds, compared to Gavin, who had to play against Wyatt and Ivan. I mean, Ivan, once again, he plays against Ivan, we've all seen Ivan play. But at least he had to fight Wyatt, which is it's somewhat of a challenge to get a victory against. If you want to look at players who are out there and actually had to try, it's really just Michael. You know, I mean, I suppose Wyatt has had to try too, but he's 0-2, so it doesn't really count. Michael was out there, beat Wyatt, lost to Conlon. And then he played against Colin again, which he also lost. But, you know, I mean, it's still a much more, you know, skill-based matchup compared to these couple matches here. Been talking about things that aren't this round a lot, but to be fair, this round is relatively boring. Gavin is spending most of his time against this Repel here. I may consider upping the semis to last a little bit less per round than otherwise, but I don't know, man. Maybe I won't.
I was wondering if I could. Oh, no, I couldn't.
Let's watch that kill. It might have been actually pretty cool. Interesting.
I'm so much better on defense than I am
I
on
might just
attack.
throw this one. I really don't want to keep playing this.
With the amount of round trading we've been seeing,
Yeah, I'll play Chonka.
we'll probably see 7-7 after this round. Yikes! So
What am I running? Should have run the shotgun.
this might actually be game for Ethan because
Attackers need to locate and defuse
Gavin has picked Tachanka with SMG, which is pretty standard. But Tachanka against Nomad's honestly a disaster. If Ethan really just wants to use that Nomad launcher just as a grenade launcher, he can easily do it without any really contest because Gavin can't touch it, and it'll be a confirmed down against Gavin, which opens up an easy kill.
Dude, he's shaking his boots, I can tell you right now.
But, you know, I suppose when you want to goof off for a little bit, you kind of let your guard down, especially against a Nomad. Either way, looks like we might see a little bit of a clutch Tachanka play. It should be fucking sweet.
10 seconds to go. 5 seconds to insertion. Attackers recovered the bomb diffuser.
Alright.
Attackers are moving to defuse a bomb.
He's gonna be open up from that festival spawn that we've seen for just about every round. Ooh, he's wise enough to actually shoot that camera. Which is, believe it or not, a first. We haven't seen anyone shoot the camera before. Again, not that it matters against Gavin, because surprisingly enough, he's never on the cameras.
It is.
You'd expect someone who runs that turtle deployable strat to be on those cameras a little bit, but never
Cleared.
is he ever on the cameras.
Absolutely
Attackers
no
have
way I
located a
win.
bomb.
I mean lose. Absolutely no way I lose this. I got this on lock.
I'm not really sure if he misspoke when said accidental. There's no way I accidentally. There's no way I lose, but he said there's no way I accidentally win. In reality, he's right. So should be a quick, easy win for Ethan. Assuming he doesn't accidentally throw this around for himself. But you'd have to be pretty stupid to end up losing to this strat. I mean, that's nothing personal, Gavin. It's that the Chonka against Nomad is just a... It's just a bad matchup for the Chonka. And then I'm a guaranteed loss.
Oh crap. Excellent trap.
Alright. Might be a quick kill for Ethan. Yeah, try to get those toe shots, but I'm not gonna land any or confirm a kill.
What is that? What is that?
Gavin's scared by the
What
B
is
grenades. As he should be. If he had if he had a little more knowledge of this game, he'd actually understand that he's supposed to shoot the air jabs, which would probably land him a hefty advantage. Wow! What a kill! That's gonna net Ethan the match in what was honestly, I thought was gonna be a loss for a second there. Wow, what a good shot. Alright, that's gonna be, the final match. Except for Wyatt Ivan. That'll be interesting. Hate to see it, love to be it.